Hey everybody, Beth here. It's October 29th, and I want to talk about some of the responses that I've seen and the information that I've seen coming out after the Washington Examiner piece that I posted this morning on October 29th about individuals who've been contacted by IOM. Now, I want to start out by saying the USRAP is not restarted. It says as much in the article. There is no restarting of the USRAP. That's a travesty. It should be ongoing, but it's not. Now, here's why I wrote this article. When I started to get copies of emails that IOM was purportedly sending to Afghans, I immediately wanted to make sure that they were actually from IOM. Because right now, with the border situation between Afghanistan and Pakistan and the devastation that people like judges and special operations personnel and single mother human rights defenders are facing if they're deported to Afghanistan, those are bad situations. And if this were a phishing attempt to find somebody's location, perhaps, I wanted to make sure that that was being reported and that people were safe. That was first step. When I found out that they were in fact coming from IOM, I started to ask other sources who talked to me off the record about what was happening. Everything that came from that article came from those sources. There was obviously the concern that anything put out would be grabbed and twisted, which is what apparently I think has happened. I've seen some sourcing out there that seems very far-fetched, that diplomatic sources would say that there's a covert effort, for instance, to remove people to the U.S. I've seen nothing about that, and I don't know of any diplomatic sources who would say that, but I've seen that in like Farsi reporting. The important thing for me here was for Afghans in the USRAP to know that somebody is paying attention to what they're getting. These emails were very concerning to me when I read them, which is why I didn't believe them at first. So I know that all of us care about the Afghans in this program who have been waiting for 4 years. That was my intention. I was motivated by care. Now, I want to say to every Afghan in the USRAP program, do not please start bombing people with emails right now. That is not a good plan. This is not a restarting of the USRAP. That does need to happen, but that's not what this is. And I think that sending mass emails and all of the things that have been done by really concerned USRAP applicants, I understand their concerns fully, they're not going to help. They're not going to help in this case. I think that we need to sit back and see what's going on here, and I'll keep reporting on it.